Imagine waking up tomorrow only to find out you're the last human on Earth. Streets are empty, homes are silent, and you are truly alone. The bustling cityscape, once vibrant and alive, now lies dormant. What would you do? How would you survive? Let's explore this chilling possibility. Today, we delve into a hypothetical scenario where you find yourself as the last person on Earth, exploring the psychological, practical, and societal implications of profound solitude. The world you once knew, bustling with life and noise, is now a ghost town, a relic of a time that feels like a distant memory. The initial shock gives way to a confusing cocktail of emotions. Panic sets in, like a cold wave crashing against a shore, relentless and unforgiving. Anxiety, like a persistent itch, gnaws at your sanity. The reality of the situation seems too bizarre, too surreal. You find yourself stuck in a loop of denial, refusing to accept this newfound solitude. It's like a nightmare that you're desperately trying to wake up from, but the dream holds you captive. The psychological impact of such a scenario is immense. The human mind, designed for social interaction, is suddenly plunged into isolation. It's a challenge that tests the very fabric of our being. We, as social creatures, are forced to confront a reality that's devoid of human connection, a reality that's as intriguing as it is terrifying. The world as you knew it, full of life and chaos, is now eerily quiet. It has become a vast, empty stage with an audience of one. As the day progresses, the chilling truth unveils itself. You are the only human left on Earth. An eerie quiet settles, and a world once teeming with life now echoes the profound silence of solitude. The realization dawns slowly, creeping into your consciousness like a ghost, leaving behind a chilling trail of loneliness. This solitude is not just physical, it's the silence of a million conversations that will never be had, the absence of shared laughter and tears, the quiet void of companionship. It's the realization that the world has been stripped of its most fundamental element, human connection. In this isolation, you are forced to confront the different stages of grief. Denial may come first, a protective shield against the harsh reality. You may find yourself calling out to the void, hoping against hope to hear a familiar voice in return. Anger follows, a fiery rage against the cosmic injustice. You scream at the empty streets, the silent buildings, the uncaring sky. Bargaining comes next, a desperate plea to the universe to reverse this grim reality. Then, the despair sets in. It's a crushing weight, a sorrow so deep it threatens to consume you. You wander through the abandoned cities, each empty street a stark reminder of the loneliness that has become your existence. Yet within this despair there is a glimmer of acceptance. You realize that this solitude, as painful as it may be, is now your reality. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but swallow it you must. The crowded streets, the laughter at cafes, the cries of babies, the chatter of humanity that once filled the air. All of it is now just a memory. The world has changed and you must change with it. You are alone, but you are alive. And in this solitude, there is a chance to rediscover yourself, to redefine what it means to be human. The bustling cities, the crowded streets, the laughter and cries of humanity, now all a memory in the silence of solitude. With the weight of solitude heavy on your shoulders, the instinct to search for others becomes your driving force. It's not just the need for companionship that drives us, it's our inherent social nature. As humans, we are hardwired to connect, to interact, to belong. In a world devoid of human voices, our instinctual response would be to seek out the familiar, the comforting echo of another human spirit. Imagine the lengths you'd go to, the distances you'd travel, the mountains you'd climb, all in the hope of finding another soul. The ceaseless quest might take you across vast, desolate landscapes and through ghost towns echoing with the silence of a world paused. Your voice would become a beacon, a call into the void, echoing off the empty buildings and deserted streets, hoping to stir a response from the silence. And it's not just the physical journey, but the emotional one as well. The hope that fuels each step, each shouted hello, each desperate plea into the void is a double-edged sword. It keeps you moving, keeps you searching, but it also amplifies the sting of disappointment with every passing day devoid of human connection. The search for others would become an emotional roller coaster, a cycle of hope and despair. Each sunrise could bring new possibilities, only to have them dim with the setting sun. The smallest signs of life might ignite a spark of hope, only to be extinguished by the cruel reality of your solitude. But what if you never find another soul? What if your calls remain unanswered, your pleas echoing back at you from the void? The desperation and hope that once fueled your search might slowly fade, replaced by a quiet acceptance of your solitary existence. But every echo of your calls, every empty street and silent building only reaffirms your isolation. As the realization begins to sink in, you'd come face to face with the daunting reality of being the last human on Earth. The search for others might end, but your journey, your story, is far from over. With the search proving fruitless, the reality of isolation sinks in, and the struggle for survival begins. The stark realization that you are the only human on Earth is a profound one, a shift that prompts a transition from searching for others to adapting to solitude. Isolation in this context is not merely about physical loneliness, it's a complex, multifaceted challenge. The first hurdle to overcome is self-sufficiency. Imagine all the things we take for granted in our society: running water, electricity, food at our fingertips. Suddenly these conveniences evaporate, and you're left to fend for yourself. You must learn to hunt, to fish, to forage. You become your own mechanic, your own farmer, your own doctor. Every task, every problem, becomes yours to solve. But the physical challenges are only half the battle. The psychological strain of isolation is perhaps the most formidable foe. The human mind is not wired for solitude, we are social creatures after all. Yet here you are, alone in a world that was once teeming with life. The silence is deafening, the absence of human interaction, unsettling. It's a mental battle, a test of resilience, where the only opponent is your own mind. To survive this psychological gauntlet, you must find new purposes, new routines. Perhaps you take up gardening, not just for sustenance, but also for the simple joy of watching something grow. Maybe you start documenting your days, your thoughts, your fears, and your hopes, turning solitude into a journey of self-discovery. You learn to appreciate the beauty of a sunset, the peaceful rustle of leaves, the simple pleasure of a good book. You find solace in the smallest of things, and in the process, you discover parts of yourself you never knew existed. In this new world, every day is a testament to your strength, your resilience, and your adaptability. It's a journey of survival, of self-discovery, and of reimagining what life could be in the absence of human society. In the deafening silence of the world, you learn to listen to the whispers of your own spirit. In the face of unprecedented solitude, the resilience of the human spirit shines brighter than ever. In a world stripped of human interaction, a world where the echoes of laughter, shared stories, and collective experiences have faded into silence, it is the resilience of our spirit that becomes our beacon. Let's delve into the strength of the human spirit. It's the untamed force within us that rises to meet adversity, the undying flame that refuses to be extinguished even when winds of hardship blow. It's the unyielding will to push forward, to adapt, to survive. It's the determination that echoes in the heart of an athlete who has fallen, only to rise again. In the context of our solitary existence, this resilience takes on a new form. It becomes the ability to find joy in the simplicity of life, to embrace the solitude, to create a world within a world. It's the resilience that allows us to find fulfillment in the rhythm of nature, in the whisper of the wind, in the dance of the leaves. It's the resilience that fuels the creativity to reimagine a society of one. And what about hope? Hope is the child of resilience. It's the belief in the possibility of a tomorrow different from today. It's the trust in the cycle of life, in the rising of the sun, in the changing of the seasons. It's the assurance that even in the deepest darkness, there will be a dawn. In the end, even in a world devoid of human life, the human spirit endures, resilient and unbroken. It's the proof of our ability to withstand the unimaginable, to adapt, and to find meaning and purpose even in the most desolate of landscapes. We hope you enjoyed embarking on this hypothetical journey of solitude with us. This journey may have been a solitary one, but it's a journey we've taken together. So now we want to hear from you. How did this journey make you feel? What thoughts arose as you navigated through the desolate landscape of solitude? Imagine yourself as the last person on Earth. What would you do? How would you adapt? Would you find joy in the simplicity of life, or would you yearn for the echoes of the past? Would you embrace the solitude, or would you search for others, hoping against hope to find another soul in the vast expanse of the world? We're excited to hear your thoughts, feelings, and survival strategies in this scenario. And remember, your words may spark a thought, inspire an idea, or provide comfort to someone else in our community. So don't hesitate, share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this journey and want to embark on more such journeys with us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's continue to explore, adapt, and grow together. Remember, even in solitude, we are never truly alone. We carry within us the echoes of the past, the hopes for the future, and the resilience of the human spirit. So let's continue the conversation in the comments below, and remember, together we can endure, we can adapt, and we can thrive.